Hello there and welcome to round 10 of my team career. It's Forza Jackson Racing and we're going to France. It's Paul Ricard for the race number 10 of our first season. Driver standings were 7th, 51 points. We're now starting to drop further behind Sergio Perez, where we should be, to be honest. David Coulthard only done one race with the team but still hasn't picked up any points. Come 4th in the last race at Austria. We played the safety car very well. Let's look how we got on at qualifying here. A nice track to go fast down, a couple of DRS zones where there is overtaking opportunities. Let's see how we got on in qualifying. So here we go then. In Q1 it was a P12 for us, so a 133.4. That puts us through into Q2. Unfortunately, David Coulthard out in Q1. In Q2 he improved. We went for a P4, which puts us through to Q3, although the time doesn't improve. Looks like the rest of the field was a little bit slower. Let's look at Q3.
It's time to remind ourselves once again of our top three: Norris, Verstappen and George Russell. With qualifying wrapped up now, we have our grid lineup for the big race tomorrow. Be sure to join us then for what will no doubt be a fantastic race. Welcome along then to France, one of the great racing meccas, host of the world-famous Tour de France, and widely thought of as giving birth to the art of motor racing in the late 1800s. How far we've come since then as this year's race gets underway. It's time, of course, for the French Grand Prix. 6 lefts and 9 rights give us a total of 15 corners here at the circuit Paul Ricard, and a lap covers an overall distance of 3.6 miles. Average speeds will be somewhere in the region of 142 miles per hour, and they'll be maxing out on the Mistral Straight at around 205 miles per hour. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. Lando Norris will lead us away from pole position, and Max Verstappen lines up alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Russell, Perez, Charles Leclerc and Magnussen, Gasly, Ocon, Jackson and Yuki Tsunoda.
After the points finished last race, let's aim to keep that momentum going.
So we start the race in P9 and it's 13 laps of the French Grand Prix for us. Going for a customised strategy where we just pushed out our first stop by a lap. Softs onto the mediums.
Parking there, mate. Let's make sure we get the edge.
As we complete the formation lap and get that nailed on. 5 lights on the board and away we go. Looks like we don't get a good start there as Yuki Tsunoda passes us by. Lewis Hamilton on the outside, Alonso on the inside. We've lost 3 places here. Brake late into that corner. We nudge Lewis Hamilton along there. We're in P11 here. Definitely contact with Lewis Hamilton. Trying it around the outside there. Yuki Tsunoda, who looks like he cut a bit of that curb. Gets away with it. We dive down the inside here. No contact made. That's great racing there. Taking the place back off Yuki Tsunoda for P10. Fernando Alonso also gets past Yuki Tsunoda in that move as we chase down Esteban Ocon. And this long straight here, DRS will open up in a couple of laps time, but no need for it as Fernando Alonso already gets past. We budge to the side there and we took that back off Fernando. We got him close to that bollard. He's actually taking it out. We keep P10. Esteban Ocon already 1 second in front. Valtteri Bottas gets past Alonso. No, Alonso gets past him. They are scrapping there into this right-hander. Downshift on this corner. Let the speed carry you through. And then pick up the throttle when you can. Slowly closing that gap to Esteban Ocon now. We take a different line there to the Alpine. Valtteri Bottas gets past Alonso yet again. That's a great scrap between them two. As we come to the final corner of lap 1. DRS opens up here in the next lap. To pick up here, lap 2. Valtteri Bottas, oh, we pushed him off the track there. Looks like there's some wheel-to-wheel racing, and we just edged Valtteri Bottas off the track. Take a bit of apex there. Coming right-handing. Ocon 1.2 in front now. Which means if it stays like this for the next lap, we would not get DRS. We're using our ERS here to try and combat Valtteri Bottas. He's going to try and move on the inside. Yellow flag. Oh, what's happened there? Ocon's gone spinning. Well, that is interesting. Ocon goes spinning. We take a place off Ocon. Valtteri Bottas takes a place off us, so we go back to P10. Get that nice and tight there. Remember, I've got a downshift here. Oh, we've got that wrong. Can we get on the acceleration? No, Bottas beats us to that one. I wonder what happened to Esteban Ocon. Took the car for a spin there. As Valtteri Bottas takes that P9. And we've got now Fernando Alonso on our tail in the other Alpine. He'll look to attack us for that P10, the last points position early in the race yet. Here he goes, Fernando Alonso pulls outside of us. We're trying to squeeze him. Giving him enough room here into the first corner. Fernando Alonso takes it first. We get better traction coming out of it though. We run wide. We keep the place. Still chasing Valtteri Bottas. We should get DRS on him here, but Fernando Alonso will also get DRS on us as we finish lap 3.
Box, we're coming in this lap.
So we're told Carlos Sainz got past us, Mick Schumacher got past us. We're on lap 4, been told to box. As we come in to the pits, end of lap 4. Optimal turning. Tyre change onto the mediums there.
Perfect job on the turn in there, mate. Looks like a nice stop time.
So here we go, on lap 6. Chasing the pack. Fernando Alonso in front of us. We lost time to him in the pit stop. Slam it down the inside. Ooh. We just got some oversteer there as we went through that corner. Fernando Alonso takes that place back. Lap 6. And we're actually battling our teammate now, David Coulthard. Questionable corner there to take the place off David. Chasing Fernando Alonso down again. What a battle this has been for the rookie driver versus the experience of Fernando Alonso. Ricciardo comes out in front. Alonso just managed to slot his way in front of Ricciardo then. That was great from him. We're just going to get Ricciardo here. Ricciardo's come out on the hard tyre. I wonder what's going on there at McLaren. Ooh, Ricciardo looking great hard then. We misread that. Luckily we don't go off the track. Going to throw it around the outside here of Danny. We completed that move. Do we keep the place? Oh yes we do. Edge in front of him. Fernando Alonso up next yet again. We get DRS here, but I assume Daniel Ricciardo will also have DRS. Will he throw a challenge down? Are we too far in front? Looks like we are too far in front. Lap 8 here. And on lap 8, we challenge Mick Schumacher and get that move done. Dragging our way to P13, and would you guess it, who is next? It's Fernando Alonso. Completing lap 8 onto lap 9. Mick Schumacher had DRS there. And he takes advantage by grabbing a place. Look at us right on the back of that gearbox of the Haas. Oscar Piastri getting involved now as well. Oh, Mick Schumacher's locked up. Mick Schumacher with a massive lock up there into that corner. And off he goes. Retake that place back. As Oscar Piastri has gone for a move, he's got the DRS on us. And he makes that stick. Not too sure there's anything we can do there. We get really close to him in the braking zone. Edging him along there. We're actually trying to push him along. But Oscar takes P13 back off us. We'll be able to make a move here. We've gained in that corner. We're going to throw it up the inside, I think. No contact made. What a great move that is. And we'll take DRS for the trouble as well. Hopefully should drag us away from Oscar Piastri as we finish and start lap 11. Not too much action in between lap 11 and lap 13 as we come round the final couple of corners. We finished P13 here. Quite a disappointing result considering we started in the points. David Coulthard, however, getting the P15, his best finish just yet. To cross the line, Charles Leclerc wins the race, and we take P13.
A great race then and a fantastic victory here at Paul Ricard. Natalie Pinkham, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today? It's now a thrilling race and a tremendous effort by Ferrari. Their history is well known, so it's no surprise to fans the world over to see them come out on top once again. Now this result affects the Drivers' Championship. Charles Leclerc, currently leading the championship standings, extends his lead even further with this result.